everybody. This is Mark, your money plan coach, and welcome to Part B tutorial or deeper dive into the Harvest Plan Money Decoder program, life and disability form. This is a great form. All of you that have people that are dependent on you, you have an income, people are relying on you, you need to have life insurance and probably disability insurance if you're an income producer. And this is going to give you a whole lot of information that's going to be very relevant, customized to you based on your situation. Right now, I just want to show you a quick deeper dive. We're going to get a lot more into how to save money and have the right amount, have the right plan for these sort of events. But in the meantime, here's just a deeper dive to understand this form completely and how to utilize it. So first we have the insured. That's the person whose life is insured in the case of death. So if George were to die, the beneficiary, in this case Mary, these drop downs all occur from right here, the family page. So any family member we put in here is going to be an option to be a beneficiary here. Policy type, you're going to put in whatever type policy you have. We're going to talk about all the different policy types, why you should and should not get different types of policies, what the costs and benefits are of each. But right now, just choose the type of policy you think you have and the monthly premium that you think you're paying for each policy that you put in, and the coverage amount, and then the expiration date, especially if it's, of course, a term policy. There's a time where maybe it doesn't expire, but that premium is no longer like a 10-year term or 20-year term. Usually means that you pay that premium that's guaranteed to be $80 until a certain date, usually that 10-year or 20-year mark, whatever the term is. And at that date, the premium's going to skyrocket on you. You're going to have to get reinsured for new coverage based on your health at that time. So put those dates in there if you have it. If it's a cash value policy, which is universal life, variable life, whole life, or a couple other hybrids, then go ahead and put the cash value in there too. But based on the coverage amount and based on what we think our retirement scenario is that we put in here on the retirement page, it's going to calculate what we think we would be able to generate in income. In this case, if George, the insured, God forbid, passed away, Mary would get the $1 million and should be able to generate about this much income. We have a space here for you, and same of course for any other policy you put in. It's going to tell you what income can be generated, and then it's going to calculate at the bottom here all of George's policies and all of the income that would be generated for George's policies, Mary's policies, and anyone else that we have listed on that family page right here. But here, this is really just for convenience sake. If you ever want to call up, life insurance companies are really good about making sure they're talking to the insured. So this is another area where you can put some identifiable information in here. You can be a little stealthy if you want to put a general name in here like Proof or Prudential or whatever. Put a phone number there. Maybe you don't want to put the policy number, but you'll be able to, if you have the phone and company, you'll be able to get what you need to get if you call them up. And that's just, again, for convenience sake. Down here is the disability information. So if we have a disability policy or a long-term care policy, we're going to put in whose policy it is, who gets paid off, the type of policy it is. In this case, it will be disability. Even if it's long-term care for now, put disability, how much the monthly premium is, when that premium kicks in. In other words, those policies, usually you have a waiting period where it's 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, 180 days until you start getting paid. How long that policy will pay till. And usually there's a small death benefit, even with the disability policies, and how much that will generate in income. Now, at the bottom section, it's going to give us all this great information, like I mentioned before, how much total coverage we have on each insured, how much coverage each beneficiary has. So George, if something happens to Mary, he's got $500,000 coming to him. How much income, how much the amount of life insurance would be required to fully cover George's income, and how, based on the income that he put in here for all of George's income, and of course the same for Mary, and how much amount to cover expenses, because maybe you have really low expenses but high income. You don't have to cover someone's whole income, but it might be the opposite. You might not have really a great income but a lot of monthly expenses, so you might want to decide to cover all of the monthly expenses for that person or a portion thereof. Then it also tells you the shortfall to cover the monthly expenses should something happen to that particular individual in the house. So we're going to get a lot more detail into actually how to utilize this form later, but we just wanted to give you this quick tutorial on what the overall functionality of the form is, and generally what each element of the form provides for you for now. All right, we're going to come back to you with a lot more information on life insurance and disability insurance, but for now, hopefully that explains to you how this form operates and what each cell in it can do for you, and help you start thinking about these eventualities. Okay, thanks for listening, tuning in again. We'll talk to you again next time. Have a great day. Take care.